Let's go ahead and kick this off. If I could have the electeds, as well as Andrew, as well as the representatives of the electeds, if you guys want to stand up here, that would be great. Over this way, please. Also, we got the vice mayor with us, Cindy Claycomb, and we also have Jeff Blubog, who is our city council member from District 4. Make sure I got that right. Thank you all for coming back for our second media briefing today. We are ecstatic right now to talk about some real breaking news. So welcome. Thank you all for joining us. We have a great announcement about the North Junction. The North Junction interchange is one of the most critical interstate and freeway interchanges in the Wichita metropolitan area in South Central Kansas region. Here with us today is Congressman Estes and Mr. Mike Zammerlaw with Senator Moran's office, as well as Sedgwick County Chairman Pete Meissner and Andrew Waynes of the Chamber of Commerce, who is appropriately dressed. Go Chiefs. And I'd like to also just thank everyone for being here and joining us for this announcement. And with that, I'm going to give the floor over to our Congressman, Mr. Ron Estes.
Thank you, Mayor. And this is a great day for Wichita and South Central Kansas. When we were able to work with our office and Senator Moran and Senator Roberts' office and work with the Department of Transportation and help make sure that we got one of the build grants certified for Wichita. And today it was approved to get $21 million for... As all of us know that live here in Wichita and South Central Kansas, the traffic and the impact of the North Junction, and it's a decades-old design. It's struggled now. It causes lots of problems on commutes, morning and evening. It also just the impact with transportation logistics in general, and the impact on the economic impact for South Central Kansas, actually for the entire state, and anybody going east-west or north-south. And so it's important that we have grant programs like this that enable us at the federal level to interact with the state and with the county and city and be able to get a program like this moving forward so that we can continue the great work that's moving forward and make this interchange move forward into the 21st century. I do want to make a quick comment. I talked to Secretary Chow last month. It's been about 4 weeks ago now, and at the time when I called her, she had not. Her staff had not presented her with the grant applications and it just from a timing standpoint, but I wanted to get a jump on talking to her. And one of the things she said to me in that conversation was that she was impressed with the amount of detail that we knew and were available and had dug into what the issue is with the North Junction, how do we address it, and what the value that's going to come out of what this grant provides, which is what the intention for the program to do. So I'm very pleased today to announce that, to be able to participate in this effort and in making sure that this great success story comes to Wichita and South Central Kansas.
Thank you, Congressman. Next, I'd like to welcome Mr. Mike Z. Thank you. The Zammerlaw from Senator Moran's office. Senator Moran is in Washington right now. He couldn't be with us. So, Mike, if you can come up and speak on his behalf.
Mayor, thank you, and it's an honor to be here today on behalf of Senator Moran. And first of all, on behalf of the Senator, congratulations to the City of Wichita. Mayor, thank you for your leadership. Congressman, thank you for your leadership. The Senator knows that certainly on the House side, you played a critical role in carrying this project across the finish line. And the Senator also recognizes that over the course of many years, there have been many partners that have worked tirelessly to make this day possible. Certainly many elected and long-term leaders both on the city level, the county level, economic development organizations, and general transportation advocacy groups as well. So he recognizes this day isn't possible without many people's effort over a long period of time. Sometime back, you may know the Senator is a member of the Transportation Subcommittee that the Commerce Committee and the Subcommittee on Transportation and Safety that oversees transportation projects. And he had the opportunity to have Secretary Chow before his subcommittee, and then also through private conversation, and much like the Congressman, to share the priority on this project, and also a credit to this administration, to Secretary Chow and her team at USDOT for recognizing the importance of this project to South Central Kansas and our economic development, but also our safety. That's one thing the Senator wants to emphasize is the importance of public safety of development of this $21 million project. And if I could, I'll just read a brief, since the Senator's literally, I think, on an airplane right now back to Kansas. The Senate went back into session this week. I would like to read a brief statement on behalf of the Senator. This is great news for the City of Wichita. This grant will invest significant resources into the efficiency and safety of this interchange that joins 3 major highways in Wichita and helps connect nearby businesses, Wichita State University, nearby communities, downtown Wichita, and local commuters with the rest of the city and our great state. Modernizing our highway system not only improves commerce in the area, but will also increase travel throughout South Central Kansas. Again, congratulations. It's a great day in Wichita. And Mayor, thank you for the invitation and the opportunity to join you on behalf of Senator Moran.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Also, and finally, here to say a few words is our friend Pete Meissner, who is the chairman of the Sedgwick County Commission. He's not the final speaker, but he's the next speaker. So, Chairman.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, everybody, for allowing me to say a couple words. I've been a part of this project for a number of years. As far as seeing how it evolves, I want to thank Secretary Julie Renz at KDOT and Mike King, Secretary before that. He did help lay some groundwork, and it really came together when the City of Wichita area businesses and the Chamber got in one room and tried to prioritize what do we need to do to be on the same page. And I want to thank Brett and Gary Jansen sitting back there, and Brett, your leadership on those things. We all decided that this was the project, and it's an example where when you get the Chamber, this coalition that included electeds and non, the business community, partners, Julie, Senator Moran, obviously, Congressman Ron Estes, who also helped deliver a grant about 2 months ago for transportation modal. Anyway, but thank you for that as well. So, but it just shows you that when we're all on the same page, working towards the same goal, how much easier it is to get there instead of sometimes the distractions and one goes one way and one goes the other. But I tell you what, when we are all on the same page, this thing works, and this is a proven. I can't thank, I know the county and the city will be paying a pretty significant share of the local match that's required, but there's no question that we want to step up and do that. We will both shift capital improvement projects around to make sure that we can meet that obligation, and that's what it takes. So I just want to congratulate everybody. If you drove a truck back in the 50s, you could make that hairpin turn without a problem. Now the trucks are about this large, and so they can't make that. It's very dangerous, and now we will work to get this done. So congratulations again, everybody. Thanks for letting me say a few words.
And finally, our friends from the Chamber are here. They're a big part in the success of this, and we want to hear from Andrew Waynes on behalf of the Chamber.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, Andrew Waynes, Vice President of Government Relations with the Wichita Regional Chamber of Commerce. So appreciate you giving us a chance, Mayor, to talk today. And want to say today that North Junction is our first win, and I'm obviously dressed hoping for a second win tonight. So go Chiefs. We're thrilled about the big grant funding, the build grant, $21 million for the North Junction. The North Junction project, as Chairman Meissner stated, is the top priority of the South Central Kansas Transportation Coalition. And that's a group convened by the Wichita Chamber, brings together key private sector businesses and local governments, including Sedgwick County, City of Wichita, and others in the region to advocate for regionally significant infrastructure projects. And North Junction is number one on that list. So this is a big win. Thanks to our chairman, Brett Lekowski from Trans Systems, who's here today, as well as the other coalition members for their hard work. It's a big win for the region. Also want to say thanks to Senator Pat Roberts, Senator Jerry Moran. Mike, thanks for being here today. Congressman Estes, yeah, great job. Appreciate your leadership on this. Also to Congressman Marshall, who's not here, but his region is affected by this as well, so I think he wrote a letter of support on this one as well. So we had a lot of folks going to bat for this at the federal level. Obviously, thanks go to Secretary Chow, the U.S. Department of Transportation, Governor Kelly, Secretary Lorenz with KDOT. It's a big win. Wichita, Sedgwick County, the region, South Central Kansas, the whole state. This funding will help to significantly upgrade this economic gateway, which is a freight corridor. It's also an essential crossroads for urban, suburban, and rural communities in the region. So we can't wait. We're eagerly awaiting the reduced commute times and enhanced traffic safety outcomes for all travelers that pass through the North Junction. Appreciate the time. Thanks, Mayor.
So thank you all for being here today. The North Junction has been identified as part of our region's comprehensive investment plan as a primary economic development gateway for the region as adjacent to the North Industrial Employment Corridor, comprising of such major employers as Koch, Cargill, Johnson Controls, Coleman, Cereal Foods, and many more companies that desire to be adjacent to this key intermodal interchange. In addition to Wichita, adjoining communities such as Park City, Valley Center, Newton, Bel Air, and all have identified this interchange as critical to their community's long-term viability and economic success. We very much appreciate the work of our federal delegation, including Senator Pat Roberts, Senator Moran, and Representative Estes, in helping to secure these important funds that will dramatically improve the North Junction. This project is critical to support Wichita's growth and in attracting new businesses and jobs, improving our infrastructure and public safety, and significantly benefiting local commerce and industry. So with that, we'll take questions. Or I'll take questions and pass off the ones I don't know. To Pete, probably. See no questions.
What's the timeline for this project and what's next?
Timeline for the project and next. We have Gary Jansen here, everyone. Gary Jansen. If it wasn't for the amazing staff at the city, we wouldn't be in as good a hands as we are. Gary.
Thank you, Mayor. Gary Jansen, city engineer. So there's actually another part of this that wasn't mentioned. I might mention it real quick. So we received a cost share grant from KDOT last year to begin the first phase of this project. We're dealing with the overall gold phase. I think a lot of people have seen different displays related to the project. We received a cost share grant in the amount of $35 million to begin construction next spring on the very first phase. This build application was for the balance of the project, around $86 million in construction. We have to have funds obligated, meaning we start construction in late 2022. So the next phase that starts in the spring of 2021 will still be going when this gets started. So we want to make it as seamless as possible. The work that's going on right now on what's called the green phase west of the North Junction wraps up in late 2021. So effectively, it's going to be a lot of construction going on in different areas of the interchange, but we'll just step from one to the next.
Don't go far, Gary. Further questions? All right, see none. Thank you all for being here. This is an exciting moment, and we appreciate the electeds for being here and the representatives of those electeds who couldn't be here, and we definitely appreciate everyone's work. This is a major piece of our economic plan being put into play today. Thank you all.
Yeah, pretty much. So we,